Chag Sameach, everybody. I'm Rolene Marks. This is the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land. And as you can see, we're in a very, very different place. We are in my entranceway, and next to me is my Hanukkah, lit because the sun has set. And as is customary on Hanukkah, we light when it's dark so that we can illuminate the world. If you are joining us for the first time, I'm Rolene Marks. You will hear the neighborhood dog in the background. But hey, what would an Israel Brief broadcast be without our friendly neighborhood dog? This is the Israel Brief, where we take a look at the top stories making headlines in Israel. We do it every Monday to Thursday. And we do it in partnership with Lay of the Land. For those of you who are celebrating Christmas today, I hope that you are having a very blessed and wonderful day. And today is also a very rare occasion. The first night of Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights, is falling on Christmas Day. Now, this has only happened 5 times since 1900, so we have, and I think it's very symbolic, an intertwining of our two faiths, Judaism and Christianity, and a celebration of our Judeo-Christian values. And it comes at a time when we see a lot of darkness around us and a lot of attacks on these very, very values. So today is the first day of Hanukkah, and for those of you who aren't familiar with the story of Hanukkah, the word Hanukkah means dedication. And for us, it's a very Zionist holiday because we celebrate the rededicating of our temple in Jerusalem. Jerusalem, our eternal undivided capital, David's city, and we celebrate the victory of the Maccabean armies over King Antiochus and the Seleucid forces who tried to force the Jews of Judea to assimilate. And the fight, the wars, was a very war for our identity and for our survival, a war that we won. Now, the reason we celebrate 8 days and we light 8 candles is because when we rededicated the temple, the oil in the temple was only enough to burn for 1 day, but it burned for 8. And it is proof of miracles. It is a festival where we are actually not allowed to mourn, and we celebrate those miracles. And at this time in Israel, we are really praying for miracles that will see the return of our 100 hostages that have now been held captive for 446 days. Now, somebody asked me today, would Jesus have celebrated Hanukkah? And I looked that answer up, and the answer is yes. Jesus would have celebrated Hanukkah because he was a Jew from Judea, and Hanukkah happened before he was born. Somebody else asked, why isn't Hanukkah in the Torah? It is in the book of the Maccabees. There is a reference to it in the New Testament, but Hanukkah is very, very much part of our identity, especially of our Zionist identity. Now, I live in the city of Modi'in, in the center of Israel. The full name of Modi'in is Modi'in Maccabim Re'ut. A hint in the middle there, the Maccabees. And this is the city of the Maccabees. A short way away from me, they are believed to be buried. And essentially, we are the city of Hanukkah. So from the city of Hanukkah to all of you, Chag Hanukkah Sameach. Now, what is interesting is that the candles are put in right to left, but we light from left to right. But seeing that we only have 1 candle, tomorrow night I'll light this candle, then this candle. So those are some of our traditions. And to celebrate oil, we eat a lot of oily food. So it's a great excuse to indulge in some calories. And if you've been in Israel at this time of the year, you will see every conceivable kind of donut that your heart could wish. But the reason I want to do a different kind of brief today is because as I sit here looking at the light and celebrating the light that we are bringing to the darkness, we are living in very dark and turbulent times, not just here in Israel, but around the world. And it reminded me of a song by Peter, Paul and Mary, written not so long ago, and it's called Light One Candle, and it starts like this. Light one candle for the Maccabee children, give thanks that their light didn't die. Light one candle for the pain they endured when the right to exist was denied. And I'm sitting here on day 446 of a brutal war. Just this morning we had more rockets fired towards us in Modi'in and the center, sending us all scurrying into our shelters. Thank goodness, no major reports of injuries today. But Israel, our very existence as Jews, is in its fight for survival, fighting on 7 different fronts. I look around the world, and I know many of you watching are in cities where you don't feel safe anymore, where you feel scared, in countries where you have been faithful citizens who have contributed a lot, feeling that your governments have betrayed you, have let you down by not protecting you. And I can understand that. And I wanted to take this opportunity to remind you that this is a time of miracles and light. This same light that we are all lighting tonight is the same light that sustained our ancestors through times of persecution, through times of trouble, and through times when they felt shunned from the societies they lived in. There is that iconic image of a Hanukkah in the window of a Jewish home in Nazi Germany, with its candles alight facing a swastika, and that is emblematic of the story of the Jewish people. Today I found a picture of a Hanukkah that I photographed in Kibbutz Kfar Aza very shortly after the massacres of the 7th of October. In the neighborhood of the young generation that was decimated, and in the home where its owner was likely slaughtered, burnt to death, this Chanukiah stood bright, polished, strong. And to me it is a symbol of us, the Jewish people, of our resilience and our strength in the darkness. And yesterday, when I spoke to our Christian friends and I wished them Merry Christmas, I took the opportunity to thank them all for their solidarity with us. And I'm going to thank you again tonight. Thank you for standing with us, for being the light that is sustaining us. It's very symbolic that this year of all years, our 2 holidays of celebration, are intertwined. And it is a reminder to us as Jews that we are not alone. Despite feeling that the world is closing in on us, we are not alone. We are not powerless anymore. We stand on the shoulders of our ancestors that came before us, who all in them had the spirit of the Maccabees. To those of you who are watching, who are feeling scared, remember you too are a Maccabee. Don't be frightened. Remember on whose shoulders we stand. Remember what we have survived. My prayer this Hanukkah is that these beautiful lights that we will bring more and more and more of every single night will light the way of victory and safety for our soldiers, our modern day warriors, fighting for our very existence, and above all, illuminate the way home for all of our hostages, so that the living can begin to rehabilitate and heal, and the dead can be laid to rest. I ask you to join me in lighting with pride, in lighting with strength, In a world of so much darkness, bring more Chanukiot, bring more light. Because the more light we light, the more we drown out the dark. Chag Sameach, everybody, with love from my home to you in all of your homes, wherever in the world you may be. A reminder that tomorrow I will return to normal programming with the headlines and your mention moron of the week, so put those thinking caps on. And in the meantime, don't forget to check out our website at www.layoftheland.online, our Facebook page at Lottle's site. Our YouTube channel is at the Israel Brief. If you like us, please hit the subscribe button. We are on LinkedIn at Rolene Marks, on Instagram at Rolene_Marks, and on X at Lay of the Land 5. Guys, God bless. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until tomorrow, Chag Chanukah Sameach. Bye for now.